Today's episode is all about dreams. We're going to dive deep into the dream realm. REM, not the band. Lucid dreaming. Other things related to dreams. So let's do it, everybody. Everybody just relax. Close your eyes. And let's go on a journey. Together.
The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast.
Wake the fuck up! Time to wake up, motherfuckers! Seriously though, wake up.
Hey, we're dreaming.
Are we? Is this a dream? Holy shit. I'm gonna jump off the... No, never mind. I'm not gonna jump out the window just yet. Show just started. Welcome to the Natural Habitat Podcast, everybody. My name is Mikey Booyah.
My name is Freddie.
Freddie Armisen. And we are here on a Tuesday to discuss some pretty crazy shit. I mean, when we decided that we were gonna get into this, I was scared. I was crying, and I was like, I don't like dreams. They get creepy, and we decided to dive into it anyway. So, I myself, right away off the bat, I would like to say, I don't know if it's about the drugs that I do, or what, or if I don't ever enter a proper sleep mode, but I don't remember a lot of my dreams. I'll have like 3 dreams a year that I remember when I wake up. What about you? Do you dream a lot?
Yeah, I dream a lot, and I remember a lot of them, but I forget them like probably later on in the day. You know, I can remember them usually like right when I wake up, but they just fade away after that.
Yeah. Do you have you ever in your life done any sort of dream journaling?
No.
I remember I used to have like some sort of dream journal on the side of my bed kind of deal for when you wake up in the middle of the night, you could like jot shit down. But it would always just be random ass bullshit and never actually make sense, so I stopped doing it.
Yeah, any crazy dreams, like super vivid ones that I've had, I can remember those easily because they like stand out above the rest, you know, like any vivid dream that I've had, like super vivid, I remember it like it was yesterday still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those ones just like, no matter what, like I have a bunch of them I could remember that are just super vivid, that just really stood out and like imprinted on my memory for some reason and just won't go away.
And I definitely have those too.
I think that dreams are really like whatever you make it. I think like a lot of them are like controllable. You know what I mean? I feel like I can get into the same dream multiple times.
Yeah.
And
if you
like,
there's actually like a lot of people that do lucid dreaming that, you know, you could think about certain things before you go to bed to kind of like spawn this dream, make it happen, and then they create things inside the dream that they see and know that they're dreaming. So like there's always some reoccurring thing in a dream, and if they see it, they know they're dreaming, and then they try to take control of their dreams, and it's always like a game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it really is. It's exactly like that for me, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm not like that. I don't know that I'm in a dream until it's over. You know,
it's not like that for every dream. You know what I mean? Like it's like you said. Like there's a trigger somewhere. There's some crack in the system where like you find the glitch or the lag or whatever. You know what I mean? And you realize that, oh yeah, I've been here before. You know it's a dream, and then you can kind of like, you know, you basically just take over with your imagination. Anything is possible. when you know it's a dream, it's like a video game or something. It's like, it's hard to explain. It doesn't feel real anymore. You know what I mean? Like once you realize that it's a dream, it doesn't feel like it could be real anymore. You know what I mean? You know it's a dream after that point. And once it's spoiled, it's spoiled. But if you're still in it, it's like, I don't know, it's weird. It's hard to explain. You know what I mean? I definitely know that like I can force myself into some dreams and go back into the same reoccurring dream. And I think it's only because of like, it was fun, or like there was some like type of outcome that I liked in it, or like something like, you know, whatever the scenario was.
Yeah, for me, it was always flying. Like, yeah. I loved flying. I used to have flying dreams all the time when I was a kid, and it was always to where like you could jump really, really high, and if you like kind of flapped your arms and kicked your legs, then you could make it like an extra 10 feet, but you could never really fly. It was like Spider-Man without webs.
That's so funny.
And like, you know, it's crazy, like all of these situations that we put ourselves in when we're sleeping. And like, Mitch Hedberg has this joke where he's like, he's like, you know, I hate dreams because like I'm having a long day and I'm trying to relax and I lay down in bed and then all of a sudden I got to build a go-kart with my ex-landlord. And it's like, you don't want to do all this shit when you're trying to relax. And it's just like crazy. And all of these like premonitions that happen in dreams, a lot of inventions were created in dreams. And, you know, dreams can also change your life. You can have a dream and you could wake up and, you know, reevaluate something in your life or some way that you're living. A lot of people get deep into like reading dreams, have all these books about dream meanings. And, you know, if you dream about water, if you dream about this, it means that, you know what I mean? And
well, yeah, they say that. I just heard recently that a lot of people on a large scale are having the same exact dreams.
Yeah.
Like significant groups of people are having the same dreams as other people and don't even realize it. Like the same scenarios, the same everything. You know, what's funny is like, you just said like your reoccurring dream was flying. I had one that was flying also, but yours was so different than mine was. And it would be so funny to see the shit like animated or whatever, because you said your process was so different. You said it was like you jump up high and then kind of like flap on the way down or something, you know. Uh-huh. Mine was to like, you would start off running and then you would take bigger and bigger steps. And pretty soon you wouldn't even need to step anymore. You realized that you were flying. And once you got to that point, you could just control it and just go fly it and go do whatever. Like, it's a trip, right?
Yeah.
Like we both have like the same type of dream, but a different like outcome or mechanism or whatever. So I'm thinking about how crazy it is that the fact that people will have the same type of dreams and how connected everybody really is, you know, because on a large scale, people in numbers tend to like have the right answer, you know what I mean? And when it's like massive amounts of people are having the same exact dreams, it's not by coincidence, you know what I mean? It's like something crazy is going on. I don't understand it, but it's a trip for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy that it says here that flying dreams symbolize feeling high and being happy in general or feeling good about something specific in your waking life. So that's just because we're high, because we're both high when we go to sleep, and then we have these crazy flying dreams. And apparently you've been getting higher than me, and I don't like that.
Shit, son.
But yeah, man, fucking that's one of the top 10 most common dreams is flying, and number 1 is being chased. And I used to have this dream when I was a kid. It was like a reoccurring dream that I had all the way up until I'd say it started when I was like 5, and it went up until I was like 16. And every time I had the dream, I was 5. Like I never grew up in the dream, you know what I mean? And I was at my old apartment complex, and I'm riding like a big wheel, and I'm like riding it through the complex around the pool and shit. and there's these ghost pirates that are on big wheels. It's like 3 of them, and they're like see-through, and they're ghosts, but they're pirates, and it's almost out of like a Muppet movie. They look like,
Sounds like Bobby's World.
and they're following me. And is that in the intro of Bobby's World?
I don't know.
Are there ghost pirates also on big wheels? Because I remember the big wheel. But yeah, it's kind of
Bobby was on the big wheel.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. But I'm like pedaling for my life, like trying to get away from these things, and they're like right behind me, about to get me, and I'm genuinely scared. And I would wake up 15 years old, scared of these ghost pirates, and I'd be like, "What the fuck? I had that weird ghost pirate dream again." And that's
crazy.
That's one of the most common dreams, and it says
Ghost pirates is one of the most common dreams.
Ghost pirate? No, not ghost pirate. being chased by ghost pirates. And it has something to do with running from something in your waking life. So apparently, I'm a runner.
Supposedly, I don't know if I believe all these things though. You know.
Mm-hmm. And then my girlfriend, for example, she gets crazy with her dreams. Remembers every single fucking dream that she has, every single night, every morning she wakes up, and it's like some crazy fucking dream that she had. And they're all like really vivid, in depth. She remembers where we were, all the clothes that everybody was wearing, like, you know, all that shit. And I could barely piece together all these foggy memories. So everybody's mind's different, you know what I mean? It's weird.
It's
and how your sleeping mind isn't really related to your waking mind. You know, you could be one type of person when you're awake, and then when you're asleep, you fucking... It's a trip. It's crazy. I'm tripping myself out now.
Yeah, it is a trip. See, I'm like that too in a way. Like, I can remember them all vividly pretty much in the morning, like right when I wake up. But then when I take my mind off of it, I forget all about it, you know, and it's hard to remember. Like, once you let go of it, it's hard to remember that shit. It's like something like your mind just like files dreams in a fucking disposable ass place. It's all recyclable, you know what I mean? That's what it feels like.
Yeah. I know that how I was talking before about lucid dreaming and how people look for signs that you're dreaming. Apparently, universally, in everybody's dreams, you can't read and you can't tell the time. So if you think that you're dreaming, just look at a clock, and if you're unable to figure out what time it is by looking at that clock, then you're dreaming. And that's a trip. Like, why can't you just look at a clock and make up a time? You know what I mean? Why is that universally we just don't do it? There's no time in the dream world. Not even some made up time. It's just a spinning clock, because I think that it could be like some other dimension type shit that we're going into. And it's like when people do DMT and you go into some dream realm, that it's almost like something that we're tapping into.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I can remember like a few dreams that were super crazy that I've only had once and never had another dream like it, but still remember every single thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Right? And I don't know why ones stick out more than others. I don't know what the importance is. Like, I've had a lot of dreams where like I lost my teeth.
Yeah.
Like, all my teeth fell out. It's so weird. And I've had that dream a lot of times, but in different ways, like in different scenarios. It's super random.
That's a trip. Let me figure out what that means. That would mean
supposedly, though,
teeth falling out supposedly would mean
allegedly
allegedly represent self-consciousness, embarrassment, or shame.
Huh.
Or you just need to take care of your teeth better. See, I don't believe that. When you have when you have a dream about your teeth falling out, that means that you're afraid you're not brushing enough. It's like, no, that's not what that means. We're getting.
It could.
Yeah, I guess it could.
Maybe.
But
sort of way.
I don't know. So there are Actually, let's get into a smoke sesh before we get into this shit.
Let's fucking do that, Jay.
Yeah, because I'm having like an overload on scary dream shit.
I got a theme song ready to go.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, man. Lay it on us. I'm ready. Everybody out there, flick your bics, snap your pics, and hashtag them NHP Smoke Sesh, and we'll put you on our website, naturalhabitatpodcast.com. You'll be on the internet. You could be like, look, Mom, I'm on the internet. And she'll be like, what are you smoking? And then you could say shisha, which is that wet tobacco stuff that they smoke in hookahs.
Or whatever it is you're smoking.
Yeah, or you could be like, I'm smoking weed, Mom. Get off my fucking back, bitch.
You're such a rebel.
Play it. Boop, boop. Holy shit.
If you were scared before, you're definitely scared now.
We have now entered the dream realm.
The dream realm.
And this is where all kinds of crazy ideas come to fruition. Have you ever had like a dream that gave you an idea to do something in real life? Like for a song or whatever it may be. Maybe even like a little funny joke or something that you wrote on Twitter and it like came to you in your sleep.
No, maybe like right before bed or something like that.
Yeah.
But never really in my sleep.
So these are just a few things that came to people in dreams. Larry Page had the idea for Google in a dream. Nikola Tesla had the idea for the alternating current generator. The DNA's double helix spiral form was thought up in a dream. The sewing machine and the periodic table of elements. And that's just a few. And there was this one dude, I got this crazy story about this guy in 1913. His name was Srinivasa Ramanujan or something. And he was a poverty-stricken, marginally employed young man from India. And he had a little bit of mathematics training, but nothing crazy. And he had this dream. And in the dream, he got like this equation. So he woke up and wrote the equation down, and it was pages and pages, like 36 pages of mathematical equations that he didn't understand. So he mailed them to this guy, G.H. Harvey, who was a famous British mathematician, and he was like the top dog at the time. So he mailed him this shit, and Hardy didn't know what to do with it. A lot of it didn't make sense.
Top dog.
Yeah.
Fell off.
And he was like, what the fuck, man? I don't know what this is. So they like kind of passed it around in the math community for years. People studied it. No one could really make any sense of it. And now 101 years later, at the time that this was written, so it's really like 104 years later, that mathematical equation, and not just some of it, all 36 pages of that mathematical equation is how our cell phones work. Like, it goes into the programming of cell phones.
Damn, that's crazy.
And they finally had use for the equation long after dude was dead, and the shit came to him in a dream. And he didn't have any math fucking You know, he wasn't Goodwill Hunting. He was just some guy.
He just got lucky. Well, I guess not lucky because it was never realized in his life.
Yeah. But
so that's hardcore.
Yeah,
he must have lived his whole life feeling like he was abducted by a fucking alien or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was, and maybe that's where he got the memory from.
Yeah, he might have been.
You know.
That's what I'm thinking, man. Because I'm thinking this information is coming from somewhere. You know what I mean? And it might be like we've talked about before, that stream of creativity that artists can tap into. You know what I mean? We were talking about how sometimes you're in the mode and, you know, the pen just writes on its own, or your paintbrush is just going, or whatever it is you're doing. You don't have to think about it. It's kind of just pouring out of you. And then there's sometimes when you can't write anything and you're not tuned into that frequency. And maybe when we sleep, we have a better chance of finding that frequency. And it's just like fucking downloaded like Matrix style. You know what I mean? Which they can do that. They're getting ready to do that shit. Did you hear about it?
What?
They're going to be able to implant skills into your brain and like hook your brain up to a machine. Skills. And download skills into your brain. And fucking you're going to have all of this knowledge. You're going to be able to do whatever you want. Like fucking you could download math in there, you could download kung fu in there, and it'll give you the same memory as if you did hours and hours of training. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's has something to do with what happens when we dream. It just kind of implants this shit, and then you wake up and you're like, hey, I know this now. I know kung fu. I got skills.
Maybe. But I doubt it. I don't know if anybody got any fucking skills from a dream. I don't know, but I think so many things are possible with the brain.
Yeah.
You know, you really, there's no limit to what could be done because something could happen and all of a sudden you can tap into this like infinite potential, you know? It's just like where your mindset is and like how fluid you are with your brain and everything, the way everything works, you know, how good your connectivity is, how good does your shit process, how fucking quick can you tap into some shit, you know what I mean? Like, you never know. And especially, like, if you are controlling your dreams and, like, on a regular basis and, like, that's probably, like, strengthening it at the same time. It's like playing brain games or something, you know? If you do that type of shit all the time, it's supposedly, like, strengthening your memory and your, like, quickness to reaction time and, like,
yeah,
I don't know, all kinds of things.
Yeah, your brain's a muscle, so it's like
the more you use it, the more it works.
Use it or lose it, right?
Yeah,
that's what they say. I don't know who says that.
Everybody.
I said it.
I don't know who they are, but they are popular.
They say that shit all the time, and I'm fucking tired of hearing it.
They.
Why do they get to make all the decisions? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Why are they the top 1% of the top 1%?
Yeah, they.
They.
Why?
Yeah, and why are you listening to this podcast? Gathering intel?
Why?
Get out of here.
I got some intel for you. I got some crazy facts about some dream.
Oh, shit. Some dream facts?
Dream facts.
I'm not afraid.
All right.
I might be a little scared.
Did you know that men have dreams about other men 70% of the time?
No.
But women dream about women and men equally. But not all men, right? Right?
No.
He didn't say anything about sexually. He just said men have dreams about other men. He didn't, and then women have dreams about men and women. I think that just means that men are more worried about what other men think about them in like an alpha kind of like, you know, hierarchy way than, you know, I mean, men are worried about what women think, but it's more of like sex dreams with women. And then, you know, you'll have a dream like a fighting dream or some dream about doing backflips and maybe there's a ninja there. You know, there's a lot of different scenarios.
Super bro dreams.
Yeah, we're just broing out, man. It's not gay.
Yeah.
Humans tend to have 3 to 7 dreams a night, and we dream around 2 to 3 hours in a whole night. Humans spend roughly 6 years of their lifetime dreaming, but we don't remember most of them because within 5 minutes of waking up, 50% of your dream is forgotten, and within 10 minutes, 90% is gone. Wait, so...
Wait. Wait is right.
Wait. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I am like 100% all my dreams are gone. Because if he's trying to say that I dream like 2 hours a night,
Yeah.
that's I should be remembering this stuff. This alpha brain is not working.
It feels right. It's just like I said earlier. I feel like I fucking lose my shit as soon as I wake up. Like I remember everything vividly right when I get up, and I'm still like kind of in it, you know. I wake up but if something else, if I have to think about anything else,
Then it's just replaced.
it's gone. I just snap out of it.
Mm-hmm. That's weird. You figure that after a while we would learn some sort of like dream retention and be able to retain that shit. Retention? Is that right?
I don't know, but you gotta. I know what your point was.
Yeah, all right. Go.
It's just like you said. You gotta have a journal, or you gotta have like. You got to get into the routine of fucking writing it down or like recording it on a phone or recorder or some shit, and you know, and just
train yourself to do it.
Yeah, so you remember everything.
See, I think that I don't want to remember my dreams because I have more disturbing and bad dreams than flying dreams nowadays. And there's like a dream that probably the most reoccurring dream in my life is that I just did something. It's usually like some sort of accidental thing, like I killed somebody with my car, like ran somebody over, or fucking like I got in a fight and accidentally killed somebody, and I'm going to prison, and like I just got locked up, like they just put me in like my jail clothes and put me in like a holding cell, and I'm like sitting there in my dream in a holding cell with a big sale, and
for sale,
and it's all for sale, and I'm trying to move out. Nobody wants to buy it, and I have that like dreadful feeling of my life's gone. Like I'm not gonna smoke weed anymore. I'm not gonna see my girlfriend. I'm not gonna see any of my friends. I'm not gonna be on my couch smoking weed, watching TV, and then I like think of all these things in my dream, and then I wake up, and it's usually like I like wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night. And I'm just like realizing that I'm at home. And then I'm like, what the fuck? That was horrible. And then I go back to sleep. So for some reason, I think that it's just because like my whole family is like in and out of prison their whole lives. You know what I mean? And for some reason, I didn't go to prison my whole life. I made it all the way to 30, only being to county jail 3 times. And it was for a weekend thing, so I had to go back 3 weekends in a row. So it's really just once. But I feel like I feel like there's this alternate universe that I could have taken, like this other path that I'm just like riding alongside, where I would be sitting in jail for years and years and years. And I think that comes to light in my dreams a lot, and that's why I don't remember my dreams. Man, it feels like therapy.
Means I've been dreaming about guys and forgetting about it? Oh god.
Yep.
I need to see my psychiatrist. I bet you didn't know that drug withdrawal can cause more intense dreams. Just another reason to do drugs, kids. Just kidding, don't do drugs. Did you know that we can only dream about faces that we've already seen, whether we actively remember them or not? But if you're trying to pick up a girl, just lie. I bet you didn't know that there's a sleeping disorder called parasomnia that makes you do unnatural movements while asleep, like sleepwalking. People have been known to sleep drive, write checks while asleep, and sleep murder. Well, I'm never sleeping again. Did you?
Wow.
That's like, that reminds me of everybody that's on Ambien now, and how Ambien makes you like
zombified and shit.
Yeah, it makes you prone to sleepwalking activities, and people are like cooking in their sleep. There was one dude that woke up, went to the store, bought a roast, came home, cooked it for like 3 hours, put it in the fridge, and then went to bed and woke up and found everything all dirty with a whole fucking roast cooked in the fridge. and realized that he did driving and cooking while he was asleep. So that's like an extreme
Holy shit, Jay. I would be fucking freaked out. I would never want to leave the house again, dude. I would be a fucking straight up agoraphobe or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be done, son. I would never leave again.
I would never take Ambien again. That's for sure.
Fuck, man. I'll never fucking, I don't know. I couldn't trust myself after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have to have some hard lock on the doors and like.
Yeah. What other kind of crazy
like,
shit would be happening when you're sleeping?
Yeah, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's scary, man. That's why I'll just toss and turn. I'm not about that
scary.
Ambien life. You want to do some Ambien now?
Yeah.
All right. Super scary. All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. That's how it's done, son.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
About 12% of people dream only in black and white.
What?
And they usually have a thick Cuban accent and are yelling Lucy. Did you know that babies don't dream of themselves until they reach the age of 3? And then they become narcissistic toddlers. I bet you didn't know that the word nightmare was used a long time ago for a female spirit who besets people at night while sleeping. Did you know that you can control your dreams? Jane Gockenbach, a psychologist in Canada, said that if you play a lot of video games, you're more likely to be able to control your dreams, also called lucid dreaming. Finally, all of my dreams of being a pink elephant through space and shooting down Hitler are going to come true. If you enjoyed learning...
Wow.
All right, so first he said that 12% of people dream in black and white.
Yeah.
Well, 8% of people are colorblind. So that, like, takes care of a lot of that. So it's really only 4% of people. Because if you're colorblind, you're going to dream in black and white.
That's who says.
I mean, well, I don't know. Would you have, if you never saw color in your life, how it's supposed to be?
If they only see in black and white and took some type of psychedelics, I bet you they'd see color.
Man, that'd be crazy, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, give him some peyote.
Imagine that shit, right?
But when I looked up this colorblindness fact, I found out that 1 in 12 men are colorblind and 1 in 200 women are colorblind.
Dang.
That's crazy,
Damn,
right?
Damn, Daniel.
Yeah, talk about equality. I want some men's rights on colorblindness. I want either men's colorblind ratio to go up or women's to go down, and we need to start colorblinding women purposely.
We need some colorblind equality around here.
Yeah, I want equality. Men's rights.
Yeah. Some mansplaining.
Yeah, man, fucking that shit's crazy. There's also a lot of premonitions that come to people in dreams. People are always like, it came to me in a dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln dreamt about his assassination in the theater before he went.
Shut up.
A lot of 9/11 victims had dreams about the catastrophe before it happened. Mark Twain had a dream about his brother's death before it happened. And 19 verified dreams about the Titanic catastrophe. Catastrophe. So yeah, people, have these dreams and are like some Final Destination shit about don't get on the plane because it's going to blow up. And you can't run from death. You know what I mean? Everybody knows that.
Okay, well, what's your craziest dream ever? Like, intensest, most, like, lucid dream ever?
All right. My craziest dream ever. I only had it one time. And it's like, it happened in a time when I wasn't dreaming at all. Like, I was going through these phases, like, I'd have dreams here and there. And I hadn't had a dream for, like, a long-ass time. And it was like, I was hiking. It was me and Michelle, and we were hiking. Maybe someone else was there with us, like Bill or something. And we're going through this field, and we come across this, like, swamp, kind of like murky pond thing. And the water starts bubbling, and something, like, starts coming out of the water, and it's this giant fucking tarantula, like, like 8-legged freaks, David Arquette style tarantula, like huge, the size of a car. And I remember it just looked hella real. I could see all the like hairs on it, and it climbed up out of the water and turned around and looked at me, and I fucking screamed like a baby, and then and then woke up. Cause I'm afraid of spiders. You know what I mean? It takes me a while to kill a spider if it looks vicious, and it's hard to admit that. But, you know, if there's like a crazy jumping looking spider that looks like it's going to jump onto my hand as I try to kill it, it takes me, you know, a couple minutes to get that thing. So this was like one of my fears manifested into some giant car-sized spider. And I remember I woke up and I remembered everything super vividly. And still right now, as I'm talking about it, I can see it in my head.
Yeah.
And it's fucking like, why? Get that fucking spider away from me, Joey. You need to help me, man.
Yeah.
If that ever happens, I hope that you have a shotgun or something.
I don't think a shotgun would do much to a giant spider like that.
Shoot in the dick, man. It'll slow it down.
As big as you say it is, it ain't fucking stopping. You have to light that motherfucker on fire.
So what about you? What's your most memorable dream?
It's not most memorable. It's just like the craziest.
Or craziest?
Craziest one for me was I had a dream about like an asteroid hitting something like it was like an asteroid or a meteor or something hit, and I was with some people. We were like out in the desert going to like Vegas or somewhere, and we were stopped at like some garage. You know, like how some gas stations will have like they'll have a garage attached to it that does repairs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they usually have like the roll down door, and it's like glass squares everywhere in the door and everything. And in the dream we were like standing inside the garage. The garage was big enough for like a few cars. The doors were like rolled down, and we were like inside the garage, and all of a sudden you could hear this fucking bass, this crazy, it sounded like some type of movie sound effect or something crazy, super loud bass.
Uh-huh.
It was just like, boom, you know, I'm like super low, deep like that. And it was so scary sounding. And then all of a sudden everything like went dark. And then the fucking shockwave hit the glass and shit. And the glass broke or whatever. And then the sky got light again, but it was red. And like the whole sky was like red. And it was like smoky, like almost like smoggy or whatever. But it was just like really weird because the sky was red and everything was like, you couldn't see through it, the clouds or whatever. There was no like, you couldn't see sky or anything. It was just like, it was like a red overcast. It was fucking gnarly. Damn. And the sound was so real. The fucking shockwave and everything felt super real. The sky being red. I don't know what the deal with that was or whatever.
Was it was it kind of like that scene in The Force Awakens when they blow up the Republic and they're like standing out on that balcony and the sky is just like all fucking gets all like bright red and shit when the laser starts coming in?
No, it was like
that's
more
how I'm
like
seeing it. Or just like radioactive kind of wasteland.
It looked more like ash, like from like a volcano would look, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it looked like the sky was like full of ash, and it was like kind of like raining ash a little bit.
Yeah, and it's like that's what would happen. It would kick up all kinds of shit into the atmosphere.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was like the sound was real, the fucking the color of the sky, everything was real, you know. And I've never seen anything like that. You know what I mean? No, I don't think anybody's ever seen anything like that unless you live like next to a fucking crazy volcano eruption, like Mount St. Helens type of shit, or like what's the one that buried the whole city? Fucking,
I don't know.
I don't know off the top, but anyways, you get
But
the
yeah,
drift.
I remember the
What
one
I'm
you're
saying.
talking about.
And it was crazy because like afterwards, people were like walking around like aimlessly, like they didn't know where they were at or like what to do with themselves, and like I would see people that I knew, like even saw my mom come walking by, and she just walked right by, like she didn't even know who I was or anything, and she was like walking like a zombie, like she didn't know where the fuck she was going, but something was telling her to go somewhere. And then it was like some other shit happened where it was like the road started breaking apart and like turning upwards, kind of like what's that movie? Fucking I can't remember the name of it.
The fucking yeah, we're doing bad at remembering stuff right now.
I know we're getting bad at the names, but
Was it The Day After Tomorrow?
no, it was the one where like the street like turns upside down and shit, and the houses
yeah.
are like turning and everything. Oh no, it looked just like that. Anyways, though afterwards, and like it felt so weird. It felt like some straight up into the fucking world shit, into the line shit. Everybody was zombies and like didn't know where they were going. Fucking sky was red and raining ash. Shit was
Damn.
fucking intense, bro. And I felt like normal, like I was tripping on everybody not knowing what to do. You know, I was tripping on everybody just going aimlessly and like not recognizing or like noticing anybody else. And I was like, this shit just fucked everybody up. And I was like tripping on that kind of, and I was like, what the fuck are we going to do now? You know? And I felt like we just had to get through it and go away, like get away from wherever we were at. And that was like my only instinct. And it was crazy, dude. I've only had a dream one time, but I still remember all that shit. You know what I mean? Like I remember that. I remember the way everything looked and felt. I remember like all the scenarios and shit. It was some fucking end of the world catastrophe shit. If it was a movie, it would be fucking crazy.
Maybe it was a premonition. I hope not, but it might have been.
No, I mean like premonition to fucking write a movie about it. You know?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that would be good.
Right? Man, that's crazy. I feel like we need to get into a smoke session. We need to loosen this up. There's some scary ass dreams.
Scary ass dreams.
I don't know why I'm so afraid of dreams, man. It's like a fucking horror movie episode over here.
Oh.
Here, I got a track lined up.
What is it?
In the night sky, body be a carry. When I awake, I'm gonna tear somebody up. Cause when I'm swinging in my sleep, it's like it's never strong enough. Roll the sheet tied over my head. Toss a turn until the morning, eyes bloodshot red. Dozing off in the day, hardly catching the thief. Wake the fuck up in my head like a disease. Somebody sing me a lullaby. Chase away all these evil cries. Please don't lay me down to sleep. Cause behind my eyes is something deep. One of these days I may never awake. Whole body ice cold, staring at pearly gates. Looking for a second chance to dance with the dead. Underground, living with the moon for a friend. Never knowing how it's all gonna end. Room full of entities in my sleep again. Why are you sleeping?
So, seems like a good time to bring up little something that happens to a good percent of people while they're sleeping, and that is sleep paralysis. Have you ever experienced that?
No.
I have one time, and it was fucking weird. And what happens is sometimes it'll be in the middle of the night. A lot of times it's when you're falling asleep, you'll be laying there and your mind will be kind of going off and you're thinking about shit. And then you fall asleep. So your body and your mind falls asleep, but your conscious mind stays awake, but you can't move. And You can't get up. You're just kind of like laying in the bed, and people feel like they're sinking down into the bed, or some sort of feeling of dread and terror. And a lot of people, like, imagine experiencing it in the middle of the night. Like, I don't know, I'm sure you've woken up and your arm was all the way asleep to where you couldn't feel anything on it, and you had to like literally pick it up and move it. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Yeah. So, imagine that happening to your whole body, and you wake up and you're just paralyzed, can't move, but you're wide awake to where you feel like you could just jump out of bed, but it's not happening, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's some crazy shit. And a lot of people...
that's like imagine waking up under anesthesia.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Same thing.
Yeah.
And, or being in a horror movie where you're dead, but you're not really dead, but they think you're dead and they're going to bury you.
Imagine being fucking awake during some type of surgery.
Yeah, if you wake up and they don't know you're awake.
No, just like some of them, they keep you awake, you know, like if they're working on your brain or like some shit like that.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit.
You're just like looking around and you fucking, you feel them like screwing into your shit.
Yeah.
All of a sudden one eyeball starts going the other way.
Yeah, and it's like, what would you, would you even be allowed to listen to a podcast while they're working on your brain? Because
probably not.
It would like activate a bunch of things. Even like music or a movie or anything. You couldn't have anything to distract you.
No, because you'd be like trying to bob your head and shit. He's like,
yep. I bob my head to every movie I watch.
Yeah. You don't do the lean and shit. That's funny that they said that being able to control your dreams relates to people that play a lot of video games.
Mm. It's true.
It's me. I'll be killing you. Don't play.
There's been a lot of how we were talking about sleepwalking and strange sleepwalking adventures. There's a little list here. There's a woman that had sex with a bunch of strangers while she was sleepwalking.
Nice.
Just walked around and was like, "Hey, big boy, why don't you come up and have sex with me sometime?" But she was asleep. And then technically, I guess it's not rape. He got consent. You know what I mean? And
yeah, it's so weird.
A man drove 22 miles and killed his cousin while sleepwalking. I don't know. I think he might have used that as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? That guy might have just wanted to kill his cousin and was like, "I don't remember that.
Maybe deep down.
I must have been sleepwalking."
Yeah.
A sleepwalker walked out of his window from the 3rd floor and barely survived. Yeah, so I'm sure that that's just a few of thousands of insane things that have happened when people are sleepwalking. And that second one, I don't buy it. I don't buy that guy was sleepwalking when he fucking drove 22 miles and killed his cousin.
Yeah, you never know, but
because who was
it's not like he had some super cheese, or he fucking.
It's not like there was a professional there with him studying him, like during the drive, sitting shotgun and all like, "Oh wow, fascinating. He truly is asleep." And then
maybe
watched him kill his cousin. On him. So even so, you can't pretend to be asleep.
Yeah.
Anybody can just be like, "I was sleepwalking." Nobody knows but him.
You just walk up making snoring noises.
So we're going off the word of a murderer that he was sleepwalking, and it somehow made it into this list of crazy things that happen when people are sleepwalking. He just killed somebody. And I think that he got from what I get off of this fact, he got away with it.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Mm-hmm. There's also a dream drug that people can take. People like me that don't dream a lot and want to dream more. It's
what you talking about, Willis?
It's dimethyltryptamine.
Alpha brain?
No, it's not. It's not alpha brain. It's dimethyltryptamine.
That's DMT, bro.
Is that what it is? So yeah, there are actually people who like dreaming and dream so much that they can never want to wake up. If they want to continue on dreaming even during the day, so they can take an illegal and extremely potent hallucinogenic drug called dimethyltryptamine. I can't say it, but yeah, that's DMT.
Yeah.
And only isolated and in synthetic form the chemical our brains produce naturally during dreaming. So every time that you dream, a little bit of DMT is secreted, and that's what gives you the dream state. So yeah, we really are just high on DMT the whole time.
It's awesome.
And I know that when you die, there's like a sack of pure DMT in your brain, and right before you die, it squirts out, and you feel like the DMT high as you're dying. And you know, like when people do DMT, I was listening to that podcast with that guy that did it on the air, and he had never done it before. And it was called the DMT Couch Sessions. It's on SoundCloud if anybody wants to go check it out. It was pretty dope. And he smoked it, and he said that it felt like he was gone for like 70 years, that he spent a whole lifetime in this other realm, but it was really only 5 or 10 minutes. And a lot of people say that it seems like a long time. So imagine if just smoking it gives you 70 years. Maybe this pure sack in your brain makes it seem like 200,000 years because it's so potent and it's so much. And that's what the afterlife is. That's what eternity is. You get this long time of, you know, purity and knowledge and whatever it may be that's in this realm before you go on to nothingness or to the next thing or whatever. And, you know, if your lifespan is, you know, 70 years and then your DMT high in the last 5 minutes of your life is 200,000 years, that's kind of like an afterlife. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's like the biggest reason why religion and all these type of things are so potent amongst normal people, because of they're promising some type of afterlife. You know what I mean? They're promising a kingdom in heaven and all these things, and like, you know, and it makes people fucking the thought of mortality is a crazy thing.
Yeah, and it's
whether
weird.
it's in real life or a dream or whatever it is, you know what I mean? And to have to deal with that shit is fucking gut wrenching.
And it's weird that in this, you know, in this like scientific community, people that are studying DMT now and that aren't connected with any sort of religions at all are actually the opposite of it. They still have that same idea of an afterlife. You know what I mean? Like if you look at it like the way that I explained it, it's kind of the same thing as Christianity. When you die, you go to a better place and it's forever and ever and ever. You know, when you die, the DMT goes out and you go to a better place and it's forever and ever and ever. You know, when you die in this other religion, you go here and it's forever. So it's kind of the same thing. And it's that same feeling like how people that aren't religious believe in aliens because they're just looking for some sort of creator, something that created us, you know? It's that same kind of primal feeling. Everyone's looking for the same shit. And you could find it all at naturalhabitatpodcast.com.
If there was a pill for fucking immortality tomorrow, would you take it?
I don't think that is like as easy as like a yes or no, like in a movie question. You know what I mean? I don't know. I definitely have to think about it because it's not an option right now. So I haven't seriously thought about it.
Yeah, well, what if
I want to say no.
you're cool with whatever time you got?
Yeah. I'm cool with it. Because the deadline makes you hustle. If I have an immortality pill, I'm going to do nothing with my life. All fucking 100,000 years of it. It'd be cool to experience everything, you know what I mean? And not have to miss out on all the shit that's coming in the future. But I also feel like just in the short life that I've lived, I've experienced so much more than the people that came 100 years before me. You know what I mean? So I'm the guy that's living the shit that they wanted to live back then. So I'm kind of getting hooked up right now. Like, you know, I'm I'm recording my own podcast in my own studio, talking to you on Skype. And, this is all shit that couldn't have been done 50 years ago. So I'm kind of happy with what I get to experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about you? You'd take it?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And just live on?
Yeah.
Live on and become the baddest motherfucker that don't take no shit from nobody?
No, it ain't even about that. It's about like we're making so many crazy advancements. You know what I mean, with everything, and eventually we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna have so many options. You know what I mean? Like here is not gonna be the only option anymore.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to fucking. The way we're seeing it right now in our lifetime, we're never even gonna get off of this rock.
Yeah, because if we were to just get like cryogenically frozen, go into some sort of like sleep mode, so where they preserve our body, and we just stay frozen for like another, I don't know, 2,000 years, then we could live in Star Wars times. Like we could have a little ship speeder. And we could fucking scoot around space from little, like, planet to planet and system to system.
Dude, it might be so much sooner than we think.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. That way it'll be a nice, huge, orchestrated thing.
I mean, like, I just feel like we're so close in our lifetime to being able to do some fucking irregular ass shit that's never been done in human times before. It's not right now. There's only a few people that fucking get to leave the planet, but we're going to get to a point where leaving ain't going to be shit.
Yeah.
And once we get to that point, we're going to be able to hop over here to the moon or hop over here to Mars. And just being able to see shit for yourself is so much different than seeing video or fucking playing a video game or, whatever, seeing it on a movie or fucking whatever, you know what I mean? Seeing pictures. None of that does any justice to. There's no better camera than the human eye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to put things in actual perspective and to be able to like see other things beyond our own world, you know what I mean? To show like the actual insignificance of like everything and just the scope of everything, if we could just have a little extension. I might not want to live forever, but I feel like the time that we have is just not quite enough because of the time that we're in. Maybe 100 years ago, one lifetime would have been fine. There was no achievements.
So
nothing was advancing too crazily.
So is this immortality pill, can you take it and then kill yourself in the future if you decide to?
I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like,
or are you immortal? Because immortality means you're immortal. You live forever no matter what.
Well, yeah.
So can you die?
I think if it's man-made, then yeah, you'll be able to die.
Then yes, I take it. Of course.
I think it's just a fucking. I think it would be just like a stop age thing. You can like stop your body from aging. You could just regenerate new cells every day.
See, but then you'd have to take the pill every day, and then the price of the pill would go up, and then you would be working your whole life just to get this pill and take it for like a week. Then you would catch up to yourself, and you'd be like 180 years old, and you'd die. That's the catch. But I was gonna say one more thing.
Maybe. That'd be awesome.
What we need to do, I think, to be able to see and experience everything, or as much possible as what's coming up, is that I need to stop smoking. You already quit smoking a long time ago. You're done with that shit. I need to quit smoking. You need to quit drinking so much apple juice because that's bad for you.
Yeah, right.
And we need to change our diets, and we need to exercise, and we have to start taking CBD pills. Just get the capsules and just take them like, every couple days. Take them, make sure we got the CBD running through our system, and just take care of our bodies. Try to stay healthy and be like Jack LaLanne and, live until you're like 100 years old doing push-ups on TV. So
yeah,
I think that the key is taking care of yourself. Because if you take care of yourself, you live longer and you have a healthier, more sustainable life to where when you're, 70, you can still be out and about and go and do shit and like hike up a mountain instead of just sitting on your chair all brittle with your broken ass bones because you didn't drink any milk and you just been eating pizza your whole life, Mikey. So,
Yeah, but I mean, like, look, if we could find a cure for AIDS, and then we can eventually find a cure for cancer, then we could definitely find a way to slow down genetics.
Mm-hmm.
And who's to say we can't live 150, 200 years at a time? You know what I mean? Like, that's not out of this realm of thinking.
What did you say? With the way modern science is going and my income, there's no reason I won't be able to live until 350 years old.
Yeah, this is some Ricky Bobby shit for real, though. I mean, like, if you think about it,
yeah,
some people are living to like 110, 112, 115 right now. You know what I mean? Just on some regular ass shit.
Yeah.
With super genetics like that mixed with fucking some type of new medicine, some type of whatever, some type of vitamin, some type of new fucking form of whatever we could find that'll basically just stop aging in its process and just like, I don't know, there's got to be a way. I'm sure there's a lot of people working on it already. I'm sure it will become a way.
Yep. And maybe, if you guys out there want to help with, furthering our abilities as a human race, then maybe you can just go to sleep and it'll come to you in a dream. And you will have this answer, even though you're not part of the world and you don't know about it. You'll have this dream and this answer. You send it to the right guy, and 100 years later, boom, everything's different. So maybe it just needs to come to someone in a dream. The cure for everything. It could be a all-around cure that will just rebuild your body, all the cells in it.
Yeah, I think we're close.
Yeah, it might be me. I'm gonna go to sleep right now.
I hope it's in our life. Because I want to live longer.
Yeah. And, what's life if you're not living it? So, everybody, thank you for joining us. Get your ass out there and live your life. And go say hi to old people. You know what I mean? If you see some old people walking around, say hi to them. Because old people feel invisible to society.
Slap them on the butt.
Yeah, slap them on the butt and be like, yo,
good game.
You're still visible.
Peace, bitches.
The Natural Habitat Podcast.